Today's guest is a woman that really, I'd be online if I said she didn't occupy one of my aortas a lot of times. And, she's a very loving lady that is part of the podcast community and a wonderful podcaster in her own right. And she has a new podcast called Bloodbath that you can check out. She's a real heartbeat in the world. And we're happy to have her here today, Miss Khalyla.
For me to set that parking brake and let myself unwind. Shine that light on me. I'll sit and tell you my stories. Shine on me, and I will find a song. I will sing it just for you.
You're always one of the comics that I always felt like, oh, I like him, which is kind of a rare thing.
Really? Thank you. I think it's hard whenever somebody sees you not to be like, have some sort of desire around you or something like that. I think you seem very desirable.
I have a question about that.
Yeah. Especially to a white man. Or semi-white. I'm semi-white.
Does the question of desirability have to do with who my partner is? Like, if a guy sees me, does the desirability level go up because he thinks that Bobby is somehow not an equal to me? Or, like, let's say I was with, like, a strapping 6'4" guy.
Okay. Okay, like, what do you mean? Like a Tongan or something?
Tongan, yeah. Love Tongans.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying, if you were like with a big like
rugby player.
Okay, yeah, rugby guy. Yeah, whatever.
Immediately in a guy's mind, would I just be off limits?
Would you be off limits if I saw you with him?
Versus you seeing me with
Bobby?
my little boiled egg.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, does that matter?
I mean, I just know Bobby has, I feel like with Bobby, there's more of, and I say this only out of respect, I love Bobby, and I hope I get to be a pallbearer at his funeral if anything ever happens to him, which I hope nothing ever happens to him.
I thought you were going to say wedding.
Sorry. Or his wedding.
Please don't wish him death.
Sorry, I would never wish him death.
I'll kill myself.
I will say this though, and I say it out of love and respect, and I tell him this a lot. He is more light. You can tell that death looks for him a little. Like he's had some of the addiction stuff. He's had, he looks very, he looks really like a strong shellfish would kill him. To be honest. But what I'm saying is, so when you see you
by strong shellfish, we're talking like a big lobster with a big carapace.
You're talking
like spiny lobster.
No, I'm talking like something food poisoning. Yeah.
I was thinking that a lobster would attack him in the ocean.
Oh, no. I mean, I could see a lobster attacking him at maybe like a pool at like a Hampton Inn or something. But God, you have a beautiful laugh too. But I think a lobster attacking him like I was thinking more him eating a bad shrimp or having a bad piece of pork somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Especially with you guys combining forces of, you guys come from a very background of a lot of street food. It's very popular in your cultures. And so I think that doubles the chances of somebody.
Well, he has an American stomach. I don't care what his culture is. That thing is not steel clad. That's not metal clad. Yeah, he has diarrhea all day long.
Oh yeah,
oatmeal. Yeah.
He actually looks like where diarrhea started. If somebody were to, I don't know if they can trace it, but I could see suddenly the fuzz just showing up at y'all's door.
I mean,
kicking it down, and Bobby's just on the john, just looking up.
He can't get anything. He can't keep anything down, it seems. It's just intractable diarrhea all day long.
It's unbelievable. So here's what I do think. I think when you see a guy, when you see a girl like you with Bobby, and I love Bobby, and Bobby's probably one of my 50, probably 40 favorite people, I would bet 30. 30, top 30. But you think Bobby is more prone to death, I think, than if I saw you with like a big 6-foot guy. That guy seems like, oh, he's going to live forever. So Bobby, and not in a bad way. I'm sure Bobby's going to live for a long time. but you just see him as being like, oh, anything could happen. He drives and plays games. He puts himself in dangerous ways. So I think then allows a little more room for who is going to care for this woman if something ever happened to him, and not in a bad way. And so it's out of love. I think that you look and say, okay, whereas if I saw you with some guy like Bill Clinton, like a young Bill Clinton or something, then I think I would be like, oh man, even after he dies, he'll still be able to take care of her.
Well, I think that...
Well, I don't know if Ghost Bobby could hold you down, is what I'm saying. I don't know. Can somebody help me out here?
I think Bobby would haunt the shit out of both of us.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, if you're... I don't know what you're trying to say, Theo, but you're saying
what are you asking me? That's what I feel
Are you in line to catch me should he die?
No.
Are you the man to take care of this woman and this damsel in distress?
What is this like is this a proposal?
No, this is what I wanted to actually hash out with you.
Okay.
For some reason, I get a barrage of messages.
Okay. And what does barrage mean? That's French, isn't it? Barrage.
It could be. Just always messages pertaining or accusatory messages, thinking that you and I are in some sort of that you're my side piece, that you're my second. And I don't know where that comes from, because I don't feel like we've ever talked about it on our podcast, or have we?
I have never said anything like that. I mean, I don't know if do you feel like there's any attraction between us or no?
I personally don't think so.
But
I like you a lot.
Think so. I said, do you feel like there is? And I don't mean that in a bad way.
Okay, here, let me try to break this down in like a really transparent way. I want to be honest.
The bottom of this.
There are people that I walk past that I feel like an instant like chemistry with. Yeah. I'm not threatened by that feeling at all. Yeah. I just kind of like clock it, and then it validates that I'm human. Mm-hmm. I do have it with certain people in his life, but not you.
Okay. Can you play a sad sound? Do we have any sad sounds queued up?
Because you feel more like family.
Yeah.
I know Louisiana's not.
Yeah. That's what Bobby always says. So here's what I'm saying is, all right. No, I think that I guess when I look at you and Bobby, what was the original question really?
If dudes calculate in their mind a woman's desirability based on who she's with, no. Okay.
I don't think, that's a good question. Do guys calculate a woman's desirability based on who she's with? I think, well, some girls you see and you can just tell a lot of time. Some girls I think you see sometimes and it looks like a money type of thing.
Well, a lot of people assume that about me.
About you and Bobby?
Yeah, of course. Like, that's the immediate assumption, which I think is really unfair, because I think Bobby's really cute. Like, I've always been into short, fat boys. Like, that's my type. Yeah.
Oh, Bobby's undeniably cute. Bobby's
so
probably... Cute. Bobby, it's crazy. Even Bobby versus a black baby, I'd pick Bobby. And that's wild. You don't usually black baby wins.
Black babies are the cutest.
You know what I'm saying? Paper rocks black baby. Black baby wins every time, dude. But you do paper Bobby black baby, dude. Bobby beats black baby sometimes, man. So I agree. I think he's definitely that. He's that Tamagotchi. He's one step past that Tamagotchi. He's like the shitting Tamagotchi. He's like he's that living. He's like Dragon Ball Z, like 5 Z's, like a sleeping Dragon Ball.
Yeah. Do you watch anime?
I do watch a little bit of it. I like to look at drawings a lot.
Oh, but you don't watch like anime like on
I've
Netflix.
seen a good bit of it when I was in college. I used to watch some of it. Me and my friend used to watch some of it, and I used to borrow a lot of his clothes too.
I'm deep into this one. I think you should watch.
What is it?
It's called Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you should. But
I'll watch it since you suggested it.
But yes, Bobby is a Tamagotchi. Is that how you say it? I used to say Tamaguchi.
Oh, really? Tamaguchi?
Tamagotchi.
Tamaguchi is like a rich thing, I think. It's like, it'll leave you in an instant, dude, if you don't make money.
Do you know that there's a cemetery specifically for Tamagotchis, apparently? And it's in America. It's like somewhere in Virginia.
Oh, wow.
Where you can go and basically like lay your Tamagotchi to rest.
Yeah. No, I didn't know that.
It's a pet cemetery.
Oh, I didn't even know that. That's cool.
For like something digital.
Yeah, I remember they had a bunch of, there you go right there. Digital cemetery. That's probably good for the environment. Why not, dude? I think Richmond can use anything it can get right now. But that's such a good question. Do I see a woman or a man? Sometimes I think once you get to know them, you can tell if it's about love or not, you know? I think that kind of happens, you know?
I want to know what you thought when you first met me, or even before
I thought you guys met online.
I mean, for sure. For sure. Because
that's what I thought.
And you were right. Thought. We did, because I lived an hour away from here. I was in Long Beach.
You were?
Yeah.
Okay. So I thought, these people met online, and
I want to know the worst thing. I want to know the worst thing you thought about me.
Oh, I don't think it was. I never thought nothing bad. Like, what would I even think that could be bad? Like, you got attacked by something, or you were in a fight or something?
I always wonder, like, you know, when you try to, again, it's a calculation thing. Like, oh, she has to be really stupid, or she has to be this, or she has to have really bad breath, or her pussy's made of, you know, has teeth in it. Like, I don't know, like, what dudes think, like, when they try to weigh out why I would be with my little munchkin.
Look, I mean, I love, Bobby's one of the best, you know? Bobby's one of the best comedians he's one of the most, Bobby's one of the most entertaining men that I've ever known. So I could easily see why a woman would like him. I like him. I'm not even a woman. So I could easily see, if I was a woman, why wouldn't I still like him? I would still like him, I think. I don't think I'd have sex with Bobby. I would feel uncomfortable having sex with Bobby. He reminds me of kind of like a but that's me. I'm also a man. And neither one of us is a gay man. So I think what I'm trying to say is that I didn't think anything bad of you at all. I thought, oh, wow, Bobby met this girl probably online, you know, because he doesn't go out and do anything. That's the only reason I thought that. I thought either that he must have met her online, or he got like I don't want to say like a Postmates or something, but he got a Postmates and you showed up. You know, he got hella lucky off a burrito. Like, that's what I was thinking. And so that's how I thought. And and then I just thought, oh, this is awesome. You know, I'm glad that Bobby has somebody that's really cool. And then it's also, I mean, you're just nice to look at. You remind me of like if they made a female Jungle Book, who would be in it, you know?
Mowgli?
Yeah, if they had a female Mowgli, you know?
Not too far off from that,
I think. If they had, I don't know what the name would be. I don't know what I don't know what Mowgli means. What does Mowgli mean? Can you look that up, Nick?
Isn't he South Asian? So, yeah, because there was a tiger involved, Bagheera, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no, Shere Khan. So it
Shere
had
Khan
to have been
bad.
Indian, yeah.
Shere Khan.
Bagheera was the panther, and then Baloo was the bear.
Yeah.
Mowgli means wild child.
Wild child.
Wild child.
So I think I thought of you as like a female Mowgli type. And then I didn't know anything else. You know, Bobby, I don't see Bobby super much, so he's kind of secretive, you know? He's like a spy that's not doing a good job, but is still being a spy.
He's hard to get to know.
Yeah.
He really is.
Yeah, he's hard to get to know, you know? And I know that, you know, I think I suffer from some of the same things he does, so I think I'm also hard to get to know, and so I recognize that about him. And he's also, it's kind of like the blessing and a curse of having so much, like, there's so much going on with Bob. There's like,
it's adult ADHD.
It's also like a living form of it. Like, never has adult ADHD. Usually it's non-transferable. But with Bobby, it's like, oh my God.
You might catch it.
This shit has legs, you know? This shit is going door to door right now.
No, it's
but
true.
when you see him, he's so like, he's like this archipelago of like bullshit and like Claire's Boutique and creativity and like drawings and nudity and you know everything. He's just this thing of everything. So it's very easy to be enamored by him, but also he's so engaging and such a character that it's almost, you want to see so much, you want so much of whatever it is that I could imagine if I were him that it's hard to be a regular person behind it.
I think so.
Or within it. Especially, why would you be a regular person when whatever else you are, which is also you, is so
rewarded,
titillating. And has been rewarded.
That's
what,
the thing. We get into that a lot because it's like, with me, like the rule is like you got to take your mask off at the door because I don't really care for like the bells and whistles. I don't care for him to make me laugh. Like that's like I already know all these things. I know who he is to the public. Like, and I think that's where I feel very blessed to know a part of him that no one will ever see.
Oh, yeah.
Because he is just a sweetheart and the kindest man, most generous person like I've ever met, I think.
Yeah. He's always surprisingly kind. I find him to be surprisingly kind at times.
Yeah, but he has a hard time.
When you need him, he's there.
He has a hard time not putting on. He feels like he has to be something every time he walks out the door. He has to put on a performance. And I'm like, well, no, you don't have to. Not around like your friends. But all his friends are you guys. Like people that, you have to be funny
and then you also create this world of podcasting where you're always doing so, so then that kind of like doesn't perpetuate it. It's still.
Do you get confused?
Do I get confused about what?
Like, because we podcast so much and so many hours of ourselves are out there. Do you ever get confused about like who you are outside of this, like in terms of like being who you like authentically are?
Oh, sometimes, yeah. Sometimes I think so. We had a question that came in, and I want to get back to your question, Khalyla. And we had a question that came in from a guy right here, this white
hey,
right
Theo.
here.
Hey, Khalyla. My name's Ryan. My question for Khalyla is, does Bobby joke around with you a lot at home? And if he does, is it easy to tell when he's joking? Let me know. Gang, gang, blood stuff.
Gang, gang. Is it hard to tell when he's choking, did he say?
He said joking.
He's always choking, by the way.
I could easily
always.
see the plumbing on the guy.
Is backed up.
It's backed up. It's backed down. It's unbelievably poor. It's like, go get him bored out.
There's two things that happen every day in the house, multiple times a day. He trips on the stairs.
Yeah.
And there's a big ow. I stubbed my toe every fucking day. And there's always a distant sound of choking.
Oh, yeah.
And there's always me saying, are you okay? And then him getting mad. Like, this is just how I eat. I'm like, not everyone chokes every time they eat.
Yeah, it's a real art, I mean, the guy, that's the thing, and that's why I go back to, he's on the cusp of, I don't want to, he's just a risky, he's a shooting star,
Mm-hmm.
He is a star, and sometimes stars shoot.
Too far?
And they burn out.
Explode.
It's just risky, you know what I'm saying?
Risky behavior.
He's choking. Already in this conversation, he's choking. He has dysentery. He's probably dehydrated right now somewhere and trying to solve it with some type of a Mountain Dew.
Right. So to answer this guy's question, he is not always joking at home. He cries a lot.
Yeah.
He's a big crier. He cries every day, and it's always about an American Idol contestant.
Oh, yeah.
Something, or like he watches a lot of like families reuniting.
Oh, yeah, I watch a lot of that. Like, I watch a lot of those Air Force dad comes home, a lot of videos when I need to pick me up in the morning.
Ooh, there's one I want to send you. It's a good one. It's about two Cambodian sisters. They were separated during like the war, during like the Khmer Rouge. That one's a good one. I cried. We both cried for 3 days. But there's not a lot of joking, a lot of crying at home. Oh, that one. The second one. Families Reunited. It's that one.
Wow.
It's one of the biggest TV shows in Cambodia.
Oh, please watch that, Theo.
It's so good.
It's Not a Dream pulls in massive audiences.
Beautiful looking people.
Reunites families after decades apart.
Oh.
They're survivors of the Khmer Rouge regime, which killed millions.
Oh.
This is reality TV with ambition, healing wounds from one of Cambodia's darkest and most painful legacies.
That's powerful. Is Bobby in this?
Could be.
4 decades ago, Cambodia suffered one of the worst atrocities of the 20th century.
Are we gonna watch the whole thing?
No.
I'm gonna send you a video of Bobby reacting to this video that you can.
Stop peeping it. Please, thank you for that. What was that guy's question? Oh, what's Bobby like at home?
I'm joking.
So what kind of role do you play at home then? Do you feel like?
I think I have to be reluctantly and very begrudgingly. I have to be the responsible adult Because I don't want to be a responsible adult all the time.
Yeah.
Like I want to be reckless, and I want someone to be like, hey, don't do that.
Yeah.
But someone's got to be it. So I got to put we've had so many close calls in terms of like fires, because he just flicks that cigarette on, fire season, and I've had to put out fires at home.
That's why I think when you see you with Bobby, or whether it's a big Tongan, whoever it is, it's not whoever that man is. It's just like, oh, how is she going to survive when this guy gives into the avalanche, the food poisoning? Not to be racist, but the typhoon, or the, bad moon rising, or whatever it is, or the tiger in the woods. How does it end for this guy, this risky guy?
I bet you he's a cockroach. I bet you he lives 20 days without a head on.
Yeah.
That's who he is.
I'm surprised he's not in a Baby Bjorn when you guys walk into a place, that you don't have him in one of those things,
Oh, if I could, I would.
Yeah.
I absolutely would.
But, yeah. So anyway, yeah, I don't know how, I don't know if rumors came up that there was some sort of connection, but I'm glad that.
Maybe people read it. Maybe people read something we're not seeing. And I don't know. I get a lot of those messages.
Do you?
In fact, when you tagged me yesterday on your story, those are the type of messages that I got.
Oh, unbelievable. Well, what do people know, What do, thousands of people have no, they're just guessing at people guessing. And here's this guy from Napoleon Dynamite.
Good afternoon to you, Theo Vaughn and Khalyla K. I wanted to ask you, Khalyla, if how do you feel and cope with all the trash talking on the internet, dude? Because I be peeking into the forums sometimes, and a lot of these things are mean, but there's nice ones too, don't get it twisted, tampoco. Pero a lot of mean things. How do you cope with that? Thank you. Hope you guys having a nice one.
I think they call his mustache, I think they call it Cantinflas.
Oh, really?
I think so. That is a good one.
And that's very traditional, huh?
That is pretty traditional. I love it.
He can play the Sanchin. You know the Sanchin?
He's my type.
He is?
Hell yeah. That guy's my type, 100%.
Oh, I could look like that. I could easily do facial reconstruction. Don't they do it in the Philippines? Don't they do that?
They do. Dr. Vicky Bello is a good one, I think.
Yeah.
But they do the most in Korea. Korea is the number one in the world in terms of like shaving down jawlines and stuff like that.
I could do something like that.
Trash talking.
Sanshin. That's the Sanshin right there.
What's a sanshin?
It's a traditional Japanese instrument.
Oh my god.
He could easily play the Sanshin.
Wait, you talk what the word I just said? Cantinflas?
He said it. I don't.
Yeah, when you said Cantinflas, I said he looks like a Sanshin player. So.
I don't know how to answer this question besides saying, like, what can I do?
Do you stay out of it? Do you engage with it?
No.
Some people engage.
In the beginning, I did, because it's like you can't help but like wonder what people are saying about you. But it's like I have no control of it.
Yeah.
I only have control of like my friends and family. So unfortunately, they are bad. And if I were to jump into that, it would crush my soul.
Oh, yeah.
I can't live there.
Always disheartening in there. It gets real disheartening down in the internet. So when you think about, like, if something ever happened to Bobby, right? I don't know.
Are we going back to this?
We're not going back. I just want to finish the conversation. You know what I'm saying? And because I forgot to talk about volcanoes. That's why.
Well, let's talk about typhoons.
Well, any of those things could happen to him.
Because Philippines is part of the Pacific Rim of Fire. Louisiana is not.
I know. That's what I'm saying. So you guys, just the life expectancy, I think that's the big thing when you see Bobby. You say, oh, how long?
Well, he looks like he's still 20 years old. So you have to take that into consideration. Something he's doing, because there are other Asians who are 50 that don't look as young as him.
That's true.
So I don't know if the recklessness and the lack of care maybe equates to lack of stress.
I bet it does, probably.
Or
he seems stress-free, kind of.
He's neurotic, but he's stress-free. I don't know if that's possible, but it somehow is.
Right. Now, yeah, I'm just thinking, like, but say something, or say Bobby went missing, you could even say, because he also looks kidnappable, a child predator.
No one wants those kidneys. He's a smoker.
But they don't want him for the kidneys; they want him for the sex.
Oh, okay. So he's being thrown into the sex trade.
Yeah, he's getting in. He gets picked up as a kid. You know what I'm saying? He's in a candy store. There's other kids in there. Some guy stops out of the van and takes 3. Bobby's in the group.
You know what?
So.
He would thrive in that situation. He's done a lot of meth in his life.
Yeah.
So I feel like he would be so strategic. I feel like he would eventually be the Heidi Fleiss of that sex ring. He would rise up the ranks of being once, anally fisted to like the head of the...
Yeah, champion.
Yeah, the champion.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see him. It's almost like a Brokeback meets Fight Club kind of thing, meets like Saving, like not Saving Private Ryan, but like meets Adam. That movie Adam, when that guy's son went missing at the mall. Adam Walsh. Adam 22, I think it was called. But so then if there's somebody in the podcasting world
that I would
that you feel like you would have to at least
up with.
Not shack up, Jesus Christ, have some respect for yourself.
Saving Silverman.
Right. Saving Silverman. Who would that man, like, who is the man? Is it a Brendan Shaw type of guy? Would you then, you think, have to gravitate towards, like, this, like, burlesque kind of, like, ambient sound of a man?
Gun to my head, because I would not date a single comic for the rest of my life. And that's a fact.
Look, I could get a new job. I could easily open up a poke shop.
Poke.
I could sell poke, man. Easily. I'm just trying to get you to say that if something ever happened, I could buy you a malt.
I would put you on a trial period.
Okay. And it's just for friendship.
It's for friendship, so that we would cohabitate in the same house, different beds, different rooms, do all that. And then I'd see how you'd function.
Yeah.
Right?
I would
and
not
then
function well.
Eventually I would see you would really have to prove yourself.
I would not be able to. But that's okay. That's all I want, is the chance to not be able to prove myself. That's all.
But you know what? Wants. You might, if you were willing to, because Bobby doesn't eat ass at all, and I love certain things that he's not into. So if you were inclined to do stuff he wouldn't, or fill some holes, I might consider cohabitation.
Oh wow. Okay. So I guess I better practice the brown cow work at the farm.
I'm not like a chronic, I don't love it all the time, but 3 times a year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You mean holidays? Oh, that's
holidays.
Different. Yeah. Some stuff I think around the holidays is real nice, man. Especially if everybody showered up and everybody's in a good mood. I could see that. You put on some easy listening. Yeah. What type of music do you listen to if you think you have somebody kind of chewing on your butt? Do you use some Kenny Rogers or something?
No, I don't think I'd want anything aggressive. So it would have to be like Vashti Bunyan.
Put on some Shan music, man. Sin Shan. Throw on a little batch of Shin San if you can. Let's imagine this. And see if this feels like it would be okay for you.
Is this a new thing you're into, Theo? The Shinsen?
No, I just know about it. I don't know a lot of instruments, but I know. Just close your eyes and imagine that a little. Now, are you thinking that you are like on all fours? Are you laying on your back, or how does this kind of go?
I'm not into exposing my asshole on all fours in that way. That's a little bit too. So I'm on my back.
Okay.
Possibly on my side even. I like being tipped over.
Oh wow.
I feel like this is what most of my yoga classes sound like. So.
But you gotta relax. You gotta get away from that.
This sounds like Vashti Bunyan.
There you go.
Yeah, I think I can do it.
Okay, yeah. That's cool. Thank you, Nick. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of that just kind of remains to be seen. I'm open to a lot. I'm open to some different sexual proclivities for sure. Mm-hmm. But it just has to be, the time. It just has to be kind of the timing has to be right.
I've never ever pictured you in a sexual way, because when I meet anyone,
thank you. That's good.
When I look at everyone,
what do you picture me doing then?
I picture you fishing.
Somebody told me the other day that I remind them of Lieutenant Dan, but if he still had legs. That's what somebody said.
Wait, Lieutenant Dan was hot. Even on a wheelchair, I would
Okay.
have.
The prosecution rests, sir.
So I picture you fishing a lot.
Okay. I like to fish.
I think because I saw like one Instagram picture of you with like a tiny little fish.
That was a decent sized bass. That was a 3.25 ounce pound bass. And yes, that was lake caught.
Proud of you. I also picture you maybe on the toilet. And I picture you
Jesus. To pee or to do number 2, you think?
I think number 2.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but I when I look at
I do it, but not a lot. I poop probably twice a week.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Do you take magnesium?
Huh? Yeah, I do, for my brain.
Do you drink enough water?
Oh, yeah. I've had water all day.
You eat your
I've been
greens?
drinking water since I was born. You know the human body's how much water, Nick? 96%?
Yeah, about that.
So, baby, I got to fucking come swim in me. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? I'm full.
Do you shoot out a lot of cum?
I'm full. No, I don't have any. What?
Yeah, like when you shoot, are you a big unloader?
Ejaculation, you mean?
Yeah.
How much ejac do I have in me? I would say a decent amount. You know, I think I'm getting near the bottom, though.
Does it become less and less as you age?
The best joke I ever heard, some guy said, I don't even know who said it. He said, when I masturbate these days, it looks like 2 white guys getting out of a submarine.
Hunt for the Red October.
And I thought that was the best joke ever. Here's one of my favorite jokes. What's the last thing you want to hear when you're giving a blowjob to Willie Nelson?
What?
I'm not Willie Nelson.
That's a good
I
one.
don't know who told me that. But God, that's a good joke, man.
You described Bobby's ejac one time as a pickup truck that tipped over and 2 guys climb out of the passenger window.
Well, there you go. Yeah, Bobby does. I mean, but Bobby also has that very Boston cream-filled style that, you know, that, like, I could just see him, like, I could see a truck hitting him and just ejaculation going everywhere.
Yeah,
you know?
I think
like saying
he's.
cum.
You don't like saying cum?
I don't really like saying it that much. I just don't. We can say other stuff. You know?
Splooge.
You could say ejac, spray out, bust. I like stuff like that. More onomatopoeias.
Onomatopoeias. Can you say archipelago again?
Yeah, archipelago.
Yeah, the Philippines is an archipelago.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's crazy. I didn't even know that. Huh.
Somehow, I know you grew up in Louisiana.
Yeah.
So there's something about you that feels so familiar to me. Like you were like a long lost cousin.
Ooh.
I think it's because, I don't know.
Cousin.
But there is something very familiar about you.
Yeah.
I think that's why I like you. I feel comfortable
Thank you.
around you.
Yeah, and I feel like I've always tried to make you feel comfortable. I feel like I always have tried to be nice to you and I love all your group. It's that time. It's that time. It's that time to correct your cock. If you have to, you can do it. Handle it. Handle yourself. Blue Chew is making waves. You know, Blue Chew, I've had a nibble on one of them, and it'll get you out. It'll get you alert and get you well up. And it does it like that. You don't like swallowing pills? No problem. They're chewable. Yep. Blue Chew is a unique online service, delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis. Online prescription service, no visit to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Sign up at bluechew.com. Consult with one of their licensed medical providers. That's Blue Chew. Try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code THEO. Let me keep you stiffy up. That's right. Theo at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's BLUECHEW.com, promo code Theo, to receive your first month free. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring this podcast. You know, I had a comedy show last night and I met a fella and he said, hey man, I go to therapy twice a week. And his buddy said, I go once a week. And I said, dang. And they said, well, thanks for talking about therapy if you need therapy. And so it made me think that it's okay. It's okay to talk about it. It's okay if you need it. You know, BetterHelp. BetterHelp. That's right. If there's something interfering with your happiness or is preventing you from achieving your goals, BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. You can start communicating in under 48 hours. It's not a crisis line. It's not self-help. It is professional counseling done securely online. You can get timely and thoughtful responses. You can do it over the phone, over text. You can do it over FaceTime. That's right. BetterHelp wants you to start living a happier life today, and I believe that. I've used them, and I support them. When you visit their website and read their testimonials, you can read how many people have received BetterHelp. Over 1 million. Visit betterhelp.com/Theo. That's BetterHelp.com/THEO. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp, and this past weekend listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/Theo. You have a new podcast now, Bloodbath, right?
I do, yes. With Annie Letterman and Esther Pavitsky.
Oh, yeah. And they are wild women. And here's a young fella right here. This guy could be Indian.
Hey, what's up, Theo?
What's up, player?
From Deerfield Beach. Question for Auntie Khalyla.
Ooh, I'm Auntie.
What's your favorite part about doing the Bloodbath podcast with the girls versus Tiger Belly? Like, what are some of the different things that you enjoy with that? Also, I think that you should rescue some cats as well as dogs. I know you've been getting a lot of dogs. Cats need love too. Bring home Bobby some cats. Can keep the cats on one floor and the dogs on another.
Ooh, I like that. I like that guy. It's almost like the sheiks or something in Istanbul or Saudi Arabia. Their wives, the different wives get different floors of the home.
First wife, where goes where?
The first wife, I think, probably upstairs.
First wife is probably exhausted, wants nothing to do, but wants the wealth and the perks of being the first wife.
Right. So I think they probably get the hierarchy.
So she has no blowjob duties, none of the other stuff. No. She's tired.
She barely
That's
sees
a young
the
girl's, young girl's game.
Yeah.
The difference between doing a podcast with Bobby is that, like, I feel, I don't know, like, I feel angrier when I'm in Tiger Belly. Because we just have, Bobby and I have that sort of like antagonistic sort of like rapport, I guess, if you can call it that.
Yeah.
With Bloodbath, it's like, they're girls.
Right.
I feel a little bit like I can play around. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm definitely two versions of myself. I have absolutely two versions of myself on those podcasts.
Yeah. Yeah, I can relate to that. I think it's the same for me with this and King and the Sting. It doesn't feel like me. It feels like me, but it's just like a crazy version. It's like I'm at a nightclub or something.
Right.
You know, it's like I'm at a shitty nightclub in Jacksonville, you know?
Jacksonville. Bob, why does everyone have, no, it was actually Tampa. Bobby always has stories about nightclubs in Tampa and Florida.
Oh, they'll put a nightclub anywhere there. You know, you'll have like a Olive Garden, then you'll have a nightclub right next to it. The zoning in that state is unbelievable. You have a mortuary next to a strip club next to they're selling bass boats. You know, it's like, I mean, you just can't even decide if you want to die or freaking, you know, get up early for some redfish. It's just like the choices there. There's no differentiating between anything. They'll have a kindergarten right next to a graveyard. You know, they just don't. There's no big plan, I think, in Florida. And I think that's what Florida was supposed to be. It was like, it's just kind of like this catch-all of the United States, you know. I
wonder what it would be like if you were my second.
If I was your second husband?
Yeah, you planted this seed in my head. And you know, I have lived with two men before.
No, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, before I met Bobby, my last relationship was with two people we lived together.
With two white men?
No, one was Filipino Salvadorian.
Oh, wow.
And the other he was a black guy.
And Phil Sal's, huh? Damn. And a brother.
Yeah.
Wow. What? Why did and what were you doing there? You were just living with them? Were you paying rent?
Yes, I was paying rent.
Okay.
But boyfriend number one, and boyfriend number
number two
had slept in the same room as me. The number two, because he came in a little later into the relationship, was in a different room. Yeah.
Who was that? The brother?
Brother of
the black guy, the gentleman, black gentleman.
No, he was my 5-year relationship.
Oh, he was the number one.
He was my number one.
And you guys brought in that Salvadorian to pinch hit every
yeah.
day. Huh? Yeah, huh? That Rafael Palmero. You know what I'm saying? I like it. Look, that's wild. I mean, I wonder if we're getting more into stuff like that. You know, I think one thing that's disappearing a little bit in the world, or at least they're leading us to believe it is disappearing, is like ownership of things.
While I agree with that, I do think that, because I have friends who are in open relationships, thruples, all of these things. For me personally, it's emotionally exhausting. I could never be in that position again, because I thought, my young self, I was young, I was in my 20s. I was like, this is so exciting. I get to have sex with 2 men at one time. Yeah. But then there's life after that. And then now you have to deal with feelings. There's, you have to cook an extra batch of food. Oh, yeah. Like, there are things, logistically, it's exhausting.
Oh, yeah.
So the sex, for the 10-minute sex is just but a blip in that entire picture.
Well, yeah. I mean, you almost need a damn merchant marine, it sounds like, to help keep things, like to supplement, the food, everything, the logistics. It's definitely a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I wonder if I could I can't keep one girlfriend. I don't know if I could keep 2 wives, But I would have to just get really, really honest with them and say, look, this is what's going on, And that's where I kind of struggle with women, is just that communication up front. The upfront communication, they call it.
What do you mean? Like,
just telling them how things are probably going to be up front somewhat.
Well, why do you have to tell someone up front? Why can't you figure it out as you go? Because what you're saying today might not apply 3 months down the line. Certainly not how you feel.
Right. Yeah. Not how you feel, but just like some of your behaviors, that sort of stuff, like.
Again, but that changes.
Right.
So it's like, I don't need a disclaimer right out the gate. I just don't need you to lie. I don't like declarations up front, because I think declarations are a red flag. I am this guy. I'm this guy. I'm this guy. Don't tell me who you are. Just like, let me find out who you are slowly, because that's more like applicable to, like, that's ultimately what's going to, that's how I'm going to decide.
Yeah. What if I just wish I had like a pamphlet to give a woman before we met, or
what
something.
Would that pamphlet say?
I would probably say good morning at the top for sure. And then let me think. It would say good morning, and then it would say thanks for reading this. I am happy that you're here, and I'm looking forward to the possibilities. I would like you to know that I don't communicate super well a lot of times, but I'm trying to work on it. So if you see opportunities to help me work on it, please help me. What else? I'm a 1-stripe white belt. Also, in case anything gets out of hand, I can't definitely help, but I could try to help. What else? I'll do my best with sex, not making any big promises. I like to be indoors and outdoors. I like to go out of town and stay in town. And I like to eat 2 meals a day.
Those don't seem like difficult things that someone would have to deal with, except for the communication part. But what do you have trouble communicating? Like feelings, things, matters of the heart?
I think so. I think I do have some stuff like that, So that's why I think I just need like I just need to step up and do better at it,
Okay, like when was the last time you've been vulnerable and said, like, I love you? Like, when was the last time you've ever like been that way with a woman? Like, have you felt extremely vulnerable around a woman? It's
probably been a little while. I've had some vulnerable conversations, but I tend to, then kind of not try to have them again sometimes, even though I think that it's good.
You don't feel freed from it? You feel exhausted? Or do you feel like,
what, being vulnerable?
Yeah.
No, I feel freed from it. It's just hard to get to that place to do it sometimes. It's hard to really just do it, It's hard to do it. And sometimes there's just so much going on, especially in our lives.
You and I can never work out. Just, you answered your own question.
But that's insane, I feel like. That
even with
I think I gave the wrong answer then, because I just feel like that's crazy. Okay, Bobby could die any day. Can you see if Bobby's alive right now? Is there some sort of tracker? It's just Domino's is they do a thing for Bobby.
I need someone to pour their heart out.
Oh, I'll pour it out. Dude, I'll pour it out into a damn dog bowl for you.
I need to know all your innards, everything about it.
See, I think I get scared to say it. I think I just didn't know you can do that. I think I never been in like a relationship where I knew you could do that. So
well, I think it's harder now with a lot of people you meet because it's like, I don't know, man, like people are really reckless with other people's emotions when it comes to dating and situationships. Like, it's so gray. I don't know if I were to ever jump back into dating someone. Should Bobby croak?
Yeah,
I'd be hopeless.
Let's say perish. I feel like heroes perish, and Bobby's a hero, and I do want to respect him for all that he's done and everything that he's been while he was alive.
I'd be helpless. I wouldn't know where to start. I wouldn't know because like.
That's why you need to know in advance. I think some light outlines. Of do you go for a guy like Brennan Schaub? Do you go for a Chris DiStefano? You know?
Wait, Chris DiStefano is a little bit gay, right?
Yep.
I'd go for someone like him. I love like sexually like fluid people.
Okay. Well,
so the idea of him possibly salivating over another man turns me on.
Okay. So he's probably out then. So who else, dude? I'm trying to think.
Wait, who I'm sexually attracted to just right out the gate is Jamar Neighbors.
Yeah. 100%.
Bottom line, he's just my type. There's something similar to Bobby, the vein of being Bobby. There's something in him.
Oh, that androgynous kind of like, because Jamar was kind of like he kind of wears whatever he says. He's just like he's a free bird.
Yeah, he's like a young Bobby to me.
Wow.
So
it's total opposites. I feel like
Bobby has that exact same hat.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And I have it framed in my home of him wearing it.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's just I think the level of the type. It's just you have. I mean, I just love the type of men that you love. And I think it's good. I think it's really good. And I think that I just want to know. I just feel like if you see a woman with a man, then you think, as a man, I think the first thing you think, oh, that guy's not going to be around long, or he is going to be around long. I think that's just a natural thing. That's like nature.
Maybe that's what you and I think because we come from old daddies.
Right.
We're both products of really old sperm.
Oh yeah, that's true. So maybe we think.
So we think about dads dying a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
That's true. I didn't even think about that.
And I think just from a genetic standpoint, I just don't think you and I should have kids together.
No.
Two old spermies, we shouldn't.
We could have a kid that's like 60 years old. How great would that be?
Like a Benjamin Button.
Yeah, I think so, dude.
Yeah. I think you and I can make one, yeah.
Oh, that'd be amazing if we gave birth to the first senior citizen. And it's Brian Callen. That would be the best, dude.
Pre or post eyelids.
He would do it just to have a new credit in town. Oh, I was on season 1 of Khalyla's Vagina. And Bobby, I want you to know, I look, we're just having a conversation here. You don't think anything's been inappropriate here, do you?
No.
Okay, good. Okay,
he would laugh at all of this.
See, that's where I feel sometimes like scared about talking about stuff because sometimes I just don't. I think in the world, no one ever told me what's appropriate or what's inappropriate.
Yeah, but we've known each other long enough to know, like, it's all, it's all love. It's just, again, I'll say the word you hate the most. It's family.
It's all fun and games and planning.
No, but sometimes, like, I do wish that Bobby would be a little bit more jealous. He just has no jealousy for me, like, at all. And I think that's why I'm obsessed with him.
Oh, I would be jealous, I think. I would get a tattoo on myself, jealous man, for you. If you wanted me to. Maybe if you didn't want me to, I wouldn't. And I would let you have the font.
I don't do well with jealous people. I get really turned off by it.
Yeah, I would get that shit.
But if someone shows like absolute faith and confidence in me, then it's like I just become a homebody, and I don't know. There's something really attractive about that.
When somebody shows absolute faith and confidence in you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could definitely do that. What else we got, Nick? Here's a guy right here.
What's up, Theo? This is Nico from Wisconsin.
Sure it is Amelia Earhart. I know who this is. They always do this. A lot of missing people holler in here. Good to see you, babe.
And I have a question for Khalyla, who, I think we all know she spends a lot of time with a particular Asian fella. Mm-hmm. And I imagine the people want to know when, little Bobbies are on the way. Because I think the world needs a few more Bobbies if they didn't have enough already. It's starting to seem like that house is just becoming like a dog pound.
Got so many questions about dogs. Leave me alone.
I feel like you've been dodging the answer to this question. Gang, gang.
Have I been dodging this?
He's onward, brother. Right there. I love his attitude. Onward, brother. You go get it, huh? You go get it, dude.
I feel like I've been very clear about where I stand on having children.
I do not know anything about this.
The same reason that you fear he's just gonna perish.
I don't fear it. I think you alone have said vomiting, diarrhea, fire,
being attacked by a lobster.
Yeah. So those a lot of things people don't deal with on a regular basis. Also, I went to his birthday one time eating very dangerous food.
That was Filipino food, and the restaurant was great.
There was fish poisoning. It was right by the interstate.
There was no fish. It was a steakhouse.
Well, some of the steak had fins on it. Okay? So it was water steak. So anyway, I'm just saying that's all I'm saying is as a natural being, if you see a woman and a male, it doesn't matter the ages or anything, one of the first thoughts is, okay, is that man going to survive with that? Is that man going to survive? It's just a survival thing. So I think that's what, if I saw you with some, like you said, some 6'6" rugby guy, you almost feel like, oh, there's no chance that guy's probably going to survive. That guy could probably beat fire. That guy could beat everything.
No, because short people live longer.
Right, but I think that's, with short people, yes. Mm-hmm. If Bobby's a safe short man, wearing safe attire, wearing things that are reflective clothing. But Bobby...
He wears a lot of reflective clothing.
Okay, I will admit that. I will that.
You know that he always wears that construction shirt that no one understands why he wears, but he wears it all the time.
Oh, I do. He's under construction like no one else I've ever met.
And his shoes are always shining. There's always a reflector on
you're
there.
Right. But also, I've seen him drive off many times into the night with no headlights on, and he will literally, while it's loading, shine his Candy Crush game at the road in order to see where he's going. So let's just say he lives a risky lifestyle. Can we just say he lives a risky lifestyle?
Thank you. And that is the answer to this guy's question.
Yes.
Well, it's compounded. It's a couple things, but that's definitely one of the reasons. It's like, I need a little bit more. I need him to prove that he's going to stay alive.
Thanks,
and that he wants to stay alive. Like, I don't want to be a single mom. I don't want to be,
Well, if you are a single mom, we have a fund for single moms. We are more than willing to help you out every year. We want to let you know that. But so he needs to prove that he's staying alive.
Yeah.
And what else? Is he started to display? Do you start to see some of those fatherly characteristics? Because I noticed one thing that's nice about Bobby is, like, if I text Bobby and say, hey, man, I need this. I need you here. I need help. I need something. He will get back to me.
Yes.
If I text anything else, nothing. Radio silence, disappearing. He told me one time, he told me he had passed away once, which I was like, well, you should have had somebody else tell me because you ruined it to get out of something. But otherwise, it's odd. He's one of the most reliable guys that I know.
He is. And the guy asked a question earlier, like 2 questions before this, about what it's like to live with him. And he's never not picked up a phone call. He's never not texted me back. Like, he just has a bandwidth for very few people. Mm-hmm. But those people that he has a bandwidth for, he really comes through for. But in terms of children, that's a whole nother ballgame. That's another human's life. He's very good with kids, but in 5-minute spurts. And having kids is not a 5-minute game. No. Like, that is... It's a lot, and I take that stuff really, really seriously. So we're going through it in therapy right now. It's like we're trying to work through exactly like what my expectations are, in a partner. Should I have like a child? Yeah. And that's something that we're working through. But it's not out of the question. It's just I just need just a little bit more.
Yeah.
I need to see that he wants to be alive for at the very least till the kid's 12.
Right.
The smoking, just the reckless stuff that you're talking about. And imagine like a baby seat.
No. Oh,
You know, like
Bobby would get in it. That's the crazy part. Literally, the kid would be on the roof in that little attachment to the baby seat, and Bobby would be in the baby seat.
That's what I'm saying. Like, or like he'd leave the baby at like the top of the car. I don't know if I know myself.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I could leave the kid with him, with a father. Like, I should be able to feel confident about that.
That's all I'm saying is when I see him, certain alarms, litmus papers inside of my brain flare up, ammonia, gas leaks, everything. They're just a propensity, this raging, this rolling ball, this Korean Ignatius Riley that's just rolling down the hill, this tumbleweed of perfection that is just wandering through the existence, bringing so much joy to so many people. It's risque, it's flammable.
Yes, very.
It's flammable. But I think Bobby would be a great dad. You would definitely, and I see why also you and Bobby make such a good pair is because you are this loving, nurturing breast of a goddess, of a human. You're like this breast of the Lord, breast of Christ.
Oh, wait, didn't you want one of my breast implants?
Huh? I would have.
Shit, I left it at home. I meant to do that.
Oh, really?
Because the last time you were on Tiger Belly, you're like, let me have one of your breast implants.
You got them taken out?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Theo, you know this.
I do know it. I wrote it down actually in my diary.
Well, you don't have to look very
far. In a while because I'm reading something else.
You don't have to look very far to know that they're done. They used to be much bigger. They were double Ds.
Oh, damn.
I'm so happy that you never really noticed. That makes me so happy.
I never even looked at that.
Thank you.
I can't even. It's hard to look at anything else but you, in your entirety.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And I love you, Bobby. And I'm just saying hello. Just saying hello to your lady. Nice to see her here today. But what I'm trying to tell you, Khalyla, what are we talking about?
You said you wanted to talk about volcanoes, and then we strayed somewhere else.
What is the problem here? I just went to a sex and love addiction meeting right before this.
Oh, really?
Yep.
How was it? What, you've been going, or?
It was good. I don't go as I think I've just been just trying to figure out with like addiction and stuff, like what is my real problem, or where do some of my real problems stem from? I think a lot of it stems from like connection and stuff like that, like emotional sex and love addiction, like because like I go to the meetings for Alcoholics Anonymous, but I've never had a problem with alcohol, so it's hard to relate a lot of times when they talk about it. But the emotional side of it, I can relate to tons. It's like whenever they talk about how they're feeling in there, I can relate to all that. When they talk about the drinking and that I can't relate to.
Yeah.
But I can relate to when they talk about how they were feeling.
What about with SLAA?
SLAA, they talk a lot more about the emotional stuff. It's a lot of people just talking about like how they're feeling, what was going on. Like there was a guy was talking about how like relationships and stuff, like he would always, like whenever somebody was like leaving, then they would activate and like be as lovey as they could, and whenever somebody was coming on, they would be as distant as they could. And I notice all the time, like I'm always on this weird kind of spectrum. It's hard to get to like an even place with that, like I don't know.
That's a lot of like...
I don't know. But anyway, that kind of stuff is the kind of stuff that I really dig, That's the kind of stuff where it's like when it comes to your feelings, I love that kind of shit.
How many times have you been in love in your life? Like truly felt like considered this person as, this could be my life partner. Have you ever felt that or?
I think my first love, I was in love with my buddy's mom actually, dude. And I used to sneak over into their hamper. This is kind of crazy. And huff them cups, bro. She had this big Brazilian. I'd hide in there and fucking huff them cups, daddy. And just smell that thing as hard as I could, man. Until my freaking lungs almost blew out.
You see, you're doing it. You're really not telling me.
What?
Like when the last time you've truly
the last time?
Or how many times you've been like, not just enamored or like lustful, but really feeling like you found a life partner.
There was a girl. I was seeing a girl for a few years that I think it was good. It was. I don't.
The girl
know
you brought to the birthday party.
Yep, the girl I brought to the birthday party.
Yeah, loved her.
Yeah, she was great. I just didn't. I don't know. It just like I don't know. My own problems come into things, and I just couldn't really commit, you know. And I think almost we were better as friends, maybe kind of.
Yeah, but after a while, everyone's better off as friends.
Right. After a while, it's all friends in the end.
No, it really is. Like
It really is.
I get so annoyed. Like I don't know if people are telling the truth.
No, it sounds like you guys are having a tough
people
time
are
together.
like. When people are like, we've been, 20 years deep, we're still so in love, and we have sex every day. I'm like, oh shut up.
That is disgusting, dude. I'll tell you this. Whoever you are, wife, if you freaking try to have sex with me every day, I'm calling the fucking police. I will call the damn police on you.
It just seems so unreasonable.
Yeah, and stay in your room, too. Denise, or whatever your name is. I don't even know yet.
But that's how you got to up the role play. You got to up the role play.
Oh, I'll take that broad to damn, what is it called where they fight at night and you eat food in the stands?
Oh, night. Fucking blanking.
That's how I feel. That's exactly how I feel during sex. That's how my erection feels all the time. Blanking. Knights in shining armor.
Medieval times.
Medieval times.
I will take that lady to medieval times if she needs a little bit of pleasure. You know what I'm saying? And I'll take her to urban night at medieval times where they will get the job done.
That's what Bobby and I do.
Really?
We do like century-based like role play and stuff.
See, that's awesome, man.
We can't be. We've been together for so long, for almost a decade. Like we have to be someone else for each other because he's tired of Khalyla as Khalyla.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't see how that could happen. But what do I know? I'm just one man with a diary, that's filled up all the pages.
Sometimes he needs a Brandon.
Oh my God. And here's Dave Portnoy in disguise right here. Let's hear what this guy has to say, huh? Do you want some of my coffee?
Oh, no, thank you. I don't drink coffee.
You sure?
Mm-hmm. Do I look like I need a boost?
I think you look nice.
Okay.
I mean, I think you look healthy, and I think you look like a woman. Still no audio. I don't know why, Nick. It's okay. Figure it out. Yeah, I think sometimes I get afraid to like talk with women about like I just get afraid to be brave. I think sometimes, but I'm also realizing that now. I'm like, you just gotta talk about what you like or what you don't like, what you feel like about sexually or anything,
or even just like talk to them like friends.
You have to,
and then if something builds from there, then great.
Yeah, I think I do okay with it. I think sometimes I just like I don't know. It just gets scary. I just have so many. I have just a lot of weird things. Just like. I don't know, just some uncomforts around a lot of that kind of shit. But I keep going at it, I keep getting back out there. I dated a girl recently. I think she was like really cool, but she was kind of afraid. Like, I don't know. I just was afraid to like commit and say that I kind of liked her, I was just afraid to like, hey, I really like you, because I don't know what I'm afraid of then, I guess. Today's episode is brought to you by Modify and the last website you will ever need. We have our last website up right now, and I'm glad. Oh, I'm tired of the other websites. I'm ready for the last one, and I'm on it, and we're doing it. TheoVon.com, you can check it out. It was made by Modify. I'll tell you about the last website plan. No cost to build, no contract, 45-day turnaround, unlimited revisions and support, easy editing tools, free redesigns, satisfaction guaranteed, all for just $249 a month. If it seems too good to be true, well, it really could be. Learn more about the last website you'll ever need. Visit modify.com/Theo and get a $250 credit when you subscribe for your world-class website. Again, that's modify with a PH, modiphy.com/THEO. These guys don't F around, literally, gang. Also, I want to let you guys know we got some well-designed art that was done for us of the caricatures and cartoons of all your favorite podcasters. And you can grab that now at theovon.pixels.com.
There's a lot to be afraid of.
Yeah.
Like, but that you have to figure out, there's so many reasons why someone wouldn't just come out and say that they like someone. Number one, like that there's so many things that you can't control after that.
Yeah.
But you have to figure that out for yourself because, but But I will say, and now I don't know you in depth, I understand you.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I like you a lot. You are not a complicated math equation for me. Like when I look at you, when I listen to you, when I see you around people, or maybe there's just a kindred nature between us, but I get you.
Yeah.
And
I feel like that about you, I think, too. Maybe that's why I have some, like, affinity for you, is because...
I like that word.
Thank you.
I think we'll just leave it at that, affinity.
Yeah. Is because I think I feel that about you. I think I feel, and also some of it is just your people's nature. The Filipino people are very caring people.
Yeah.
A lot of
not judgy.
Not judgy. A lot of people, and a lot of them, I will be honest, have names like Linda, Lucky, Susan. But also, yeah, I think there's just something about that. It's like this. It's like a safe space. I think that's what you feel like a lot of times, or seem like. You know, I've never touched your skin or anything, but I feel you seem like a safe space. So I think that that's one thing that's kind of nice about you, which is probably why a lot of people will be attracted to you. And I could easily see why you and Bobby would make a perfect fit, you know?
Yeah.
And I think it's good. And that's one thing I think as I got to know you a little bit better, I was like, oh, Bobby has like a safe space here, and that's awesome for him, you know?
Yeah, I grew up in a
forbid
very...
anything should ever happen to him.
God forbid. Won't. We're not putting that out in the universe one more time on this show.
We're not. We had a birthday party here for him, remember?
Mm-hmm. Good. I'm glad.
So we want him to keep aging. We're like, hey, congrats on the year.
Yep.
Let's keep it going.
I like that. I grew up in a really, really chaotic environment.
Yeah.
And so it makes sense for me. Like, complicated people, like, don't it threaten me in any way. It almost feels like I just want to be around somebody with that story behind them.
Yeah.
I don't want... Like, when I look at George Kimmel, love you, George. Love you to death. I literally could not live without George.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, I would never date him because we would just...
Oh, and you can hear, if you listen, you can hear George's heart breaking. So you can almost hear it.
Congratulations on the new baby. But yeah, I wouldn't be able to, because he grew up in a very steady, in a very steady upbringing with good family, good values, very safe.
Very safe, yeah. You need a guy who's gonna really put a freaking gun in your butt. Yeah.
It's a little bit much, but
tongue.
Tongue.
Oh, I said gun. You know what I'm saying?
You want ass play, bitch?
I'm just saying, look, man. If we're gonna play Atlanta, let's play Atlanta. You know what I'm saying?
Just Russian roulette.
Yeah. And here's Dave Portnoy, obviously, again trying to sneak back in his disguise. Maybe he's going to give us a loan.
Good to see you guys. I had a question for you. I wonder how long into dating somebody you should start revealing Bobbyisms, if you will, weird things about your life, because I find them endearing when people learn about me, but I think most women find them to be like a super turnoff. And my buddies always tell me, you should chill, don't reveal who you really are. Because I like to do that on the first date over drinks. So yeah, I just want to know how long before Bobbyisms can start coming out into dating. And gang.
The Bobbyism that he's doing is actually trying to do it up front. That's a Bobbyism. It's a defense mechanism. I'm going to throw everything out there so you have nothing to hold over my head, and I don't think that you are going into the situation in an honest way.
Oh, God. I've done that for sure.
Mm-hmm. Let me show you all the bad things I do. I'm going to dry shave during this fancy dinner. Like, you can't do that, because you really are just putting on a show, and that's not really who you are.
Right.
So what you're doing is already a Bobbyism. If you're talking about farting just being an overall animal, like, that's inescapable. That's an inescapable thing to find out about someone once you are a couple months deep.
Yeah.
I'm not into girl hips. So if you show up on the first date and you show me your girl hips like 6 months down the line, that might be a problem.
Okay.
So that's something I would like to know on the first date.
And what is girl hips? Like a occipital thing or something? What is it?
Yeah, it's not an occipital thing. It's a pelvic thing.
Okay.
I like a V-shaped body.
Oh yeah.
I don't even care if you're super fat or anything. I just can't have grill hips.
I'll get my damn legs removed for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, this isn't about us, though. But what I'm trying to say is...
You get hip dysplasia. Like German Shepherds.
Oh, like Australian Shepherds.
I have a German Shepherd I'm fostering with double hip dysplasia.
Jesus Christ,
He wobbles.
Do the stanky leg, huh? That thing sounds like you could fucking work at a strip club. It has double hip dysplasia.
I know.
Dude, shave its puss and put it on stage. That's all I'm saying. But I'm saying you got to make that money, mommy. Yeah, it's interesting, you know. It's interesting trying to be... I'm just realizing that I need to start to get to, like, kind of... I just need to be more, I got to be more with it when it comes to like any relationships if I want to have something serious down the line, you know?
Oh, but you're not looking, right? Like it's something that you just want to, stumble. Like
I'm
you
not
want
on
to
any apps or anything like that. Like I'm not doing anything like that. I've considered, I got on for like a night one time and I got a little bit scared. And I would do it. I just want to make sure that like, I just don't want to waste my time. That's what I don't want to do. I don't want to be wasting my time with some like thoughts or, you know, I mean, I think I'm done with the whole escorts thing. It's just, all of it's just.
Did you do that for a while?
I didn't do it for a while, but if I would get wasted or something, I would do it, you know, or if I would get like, I had a time a while, like not like a few months back where I just had like, I was just like in a bad way and I just got, you know. But it's never works out with him. It's always like this embarrassing. It's just always this uncomfortable thing. It's just never, I don't know. None of it's ever really ideal, you know. But I want to get away from whatever feelings make me even like get into that kind of space, you know.
I have a strong urge to cradle you.
You really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like a strong urge to just like hold
I'll do a damn
you.
front side piggyback. That's one of my finishing moves and my starting move.
But no, I do get it. It's a scary world out there.
But I can't be needing cradling forever. You know, I also need to be able to cradle myself, you know.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things is I have to be able to parent myself enough in certain situations where I'm like managing myself well, you know. And for the most part, I do. You know, and nothing's perfect and nothing's linear.
You can't be with someone codependent either who thinks that they have to fix you.
Right.
Because that is just a recipe for disaster. Because that's what I was for a really long time in Bobby's life. We weren't exactly like super healthy in the beginning either.
Yeah.
Because I'm somebody who's always like, what can I do? Like,
really?
Yeah. Like I always want to, this thing that hangs over my head a lot. I'm like, if you're not enhancing someone's life, like what are you even there for? And so I felt this like pressure to just make sure that he was always okay, doing well, feeling well. And then I kind of left myself behind a little bit.
I can see that.
Or I'm like, but it's nothing he did. It's what I did to myself. Like I put those expectations on myself, and that's a really dumb thing to do. So you can't be with someone like that either, because I feel like you're gonna want out immediately.
Yeah, I might. I certainly might. This lady right here seems like she
great eyebrows. Ooh, goals.
Yeah.
What's up, Theo? What's up, Khalyla?
What's up, Mommy?
My name is Khalyla. I am coming to you guys from Abbotsford, British Columbia, Canada. We're about an hour outside of Vancouver.
Okay.
I'm coming to you with a fuck, marry, kill today for Khalyla. But before I get into it, I just wanted to let you guys know how much I love you both. Theo, I saw you when you came to Vancouver in 2019. Can't wait for the border to open so you can come back. You guys have been really getting me through the pandy. Like I said, I live in Canada, and my husband lives in Washington, so it's been a long year with the border closure and everything like that. Can't wait for it to end. You've gotten me through some really rough spots, so I just have to say that I love you guys, and thank you so much for doing what you do. The fuck, marry, kill I have for Khalyla is between Esther, Theo, and Annie, and whoever you kill, I want you to tell me how you do it. Thanks so much, guys. Gang, gang. Love you.
Thank God I'm in there. I will say this also. It's like Snoqualmie and Vancouliet. That was a little border
I love
thing I just made up.
Snoqualmie.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Like my
crazy.
niece
I think
there.
Snoqualmie would be a cute name for a child, actually.
Snow for short.
Oh,
So cute.
come here. Hey, little child.
My
You
child
want a
would have
butterscotch? Huh?
my child would have an accent.
I can't wait to. I mean, it could if your child wants to. I think children are going to be able to do whatever they want. They said in 2 years you'll be able to have a black child even if you're not even black. So that's going to flip whole BLM shit on its head, fam. When I show up with black, fucking one black leg, one strawberry leg, dude, it's on. Let's go. But yes, let's get back to your question. Thank you very much, and I'm sorry you and your husband are dealing with these discrepancies right here.
Right. So fuck, marry, kill. Fuck Esther, Annie, and Theo. Oh God, this is so hard.
And she really shouldn't have to put me in. I feel like I don't want to be like. You don't feel like I've been flirting with you, do you?
No. Do you feel like I've been flirting with you?
I don't think so.
I made a mistake about saying like considering like a throuple, and I have regrets. But I don't feel like we've been flirting.
No, I just don't want to be inappropriate with my friend's girlfriend.
Let me put it to you this way.
Yeah. You don't have
if I
to say
felt
this
you were ever inappropriate with me, I would have never been. I wouldn't do the show
right.
with you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I love you so much. I have so much respect for you.
Same.
Like a brother.
Same. What I'm saying is,
fuck, marry, kill. Fuck, marry, kill.
Yeah. Just kill me. Just kill me, please.
No, let's be authentic about this. They don't have dicks.
Okay.
And I'm not into pussy. So I would have to fuck you.
All right.
Like that's just the bottom line.
Look. Logistics.
Is the logistics.
What are you gonna say, man?
And
facts is facts, fam. You feel me?
Because I love them so equally, Annie and Esther, for many different ways. I'd have to just kill them both. I'm not marrying anyone.
Wow.
I'm marrying myself.
Oh, God is my girlfriend.
Or I'd marry both of them and kill no one, but that's not fair, right? So I just have to kill them both.
God. We should do what if we did a dating advice podcast? It'd be interesting, I feel like.
I feel like I'd give all the wrong advice. I'd be like, yeah, throw in a fourth person in there. Throw in a fifth.
Yeah. Yeah, do music.
What's that instrument?
Yeah, the ascension.
The ascension.
Dude, it would be a good show, though, wouldn't it, George? You think?
Oh yeah.
Just strictly dating advice.
Can we hear George or not?
Yeah.
Oh wow, there he is. And what about where do you see George ending up? Does you have a wife, George?
He has a wife
I
and
do.
a kid.
Oh, you have a child too, huh?
As of 2.5 weeks ago.
Wow, brave boy. Congratulations, man. Damn. You guys are moving forward over at y'all's podcast. We're struggling. Nick's been shaving. Nick shaved earlier. Nick's been sleeping here at night.
You look good, Nick.
Oh, thanks.
And I love that you have a gap, because I have a gap tooth.
You do? I used to have a gap. I could easily get it back.
Jamar Neighbors has a gap.
He does?
My clit could get stuck in his gap.
Oh my God. Oh,
that's what I dream about every day.
Disgusting. When are y'all going to grow up, man? That makes my penis hurt when you say that.
I could never tell it to his face. If I ever saw Jamar Neighbors,
sure
I would just
figure it out now.
I would just have to look away.
Oh no, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. What you should make is a small clitoris you could sell to people after shows.
I don't have a massive clitoris.
I didn't say you did, and I would never accuse you of that, and I would never even imagine you having that.
Well, it's just
if I had imagined it.
It's just not something. It's not like it's nothing to write home about. I have a very, very like average pussy, very run of the mill pussy.
ROTM, the very Rotma.
Rotma, yeah.
That Rotma puss.
There's nothing like you couldn't pick it out of a lineup. It looks very just.
Okay.
Yeah, like girl next. It just.
Yeah.
You know, I wish I had more hang. I wish I had like just either direction. I wish I had more of.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. We all want more. We all want this and that. Everybody's got something. Here's a guy who's probably been in the military, it looks like, or witness protection.
This could be the kickoff of your relationship advice podcast.
Oh.
Okay, here we go.
Hey Theo, hey Khalyla. Big fan of you guys. Just wanted to get your advice on a recent development I had. I recently got left by my wife for another woman. Completely blindsided. Had no idea. I guess I just look for any advice you guys would give as I move on to this next chapter of my life. Gang, brother.
Gang, man. Well, first I want to say I love you, man. I'm sorry you're going through that, dude. You know, I think it's brave of you to say it. Just say it in a open forum like this and just to share it. You know, man, that just sounds heartbreaking, especially if you didn't know. Khalyla?
Being blindsided is my nightmare. My biggest fear is being blindsided. I always tell Bobby, give me 6 months notice. I don't care if I don't even care to try to win you back in those 6 months. Just don't come home one day and say we're done without giving me a chance to talk about it, to see what I've done wrong. So I completely feel you. This guy is I can't imagine that kind of pain.
Yeah.
But it in terms of her leaving you for a woman, like that shouldn't be a shot to your ego at all. It just means that she was into both, or maybe she's just coming into this realization about herself. I have nothing to say besides I really feel for you, because that's my biggest fear.
Yeah.
If Bobby were to blindside me, I would not just murder him, I would ground his body in a blender and eat it and then shit it out into his brother's mouth.
Oh, I've seen his brother recently. His brother, yeah.
Like, that's what I would do. That's the rage that would consume me.
His brother could use the meal, first of all. and also some vitamin D. And God bless you, Stevie. And I can't wait to come back on the episode. He was just in here.
Oh, nice.
And
wait, did the whole drama get resolved?
It's it was a wild, I guess. He was crying outside the building.
Oh, he was.
Yeah. But it's it's life, man. Everybody goes through different stuff, and we love him, and just hoping the best for him. I was texting him earlier, but here's what I'm saying: is this, fella? If she left you for a woman, yeah, you can't be like, it's a bummer, but you weren't even playing the same game. You know what I'm saying? You're playing Metal Gear Solid, and she's doing, she's Mario Kart. It's like, you're laying. It's just you're not even. It's like it doesn't help any, but at least she didn't leave you for a man. And plus, this is what's supposed to happen. I hate to say it, but it's just like whatever's going on is what's supposed to go on. So it's like this is where you're at now, and you look decent. You look semi-decent at least on this video. And I would get a little bit of sunshine maybe, and get back out there and meet a decent woman. What do you think, Khalyla?
I don't think that you should run out there and fuck the first girl you see.
No.
Because I feel like that just makes things worse emotionally.
Yeah.
I think that men don't necessarily like to ruminate and sit on feelings, but sit in it. Wallow in it, get to know it so well that it doesn't hurt you anymore.
Wow. Dang,
it becomes a familiar thing that you feel, and then a familiar thing you expect to feel when you wake up in the morning. And one day you'll be like, oh, I feel it a little bit less. And, that's just the name of the game. It's why Theo doesn't want to get close to a woman.
Yeah, it's easier, man. I don't know what you were doing. Maybe it's a good time, too, to see you. You probably could learn a lot in this, You could probably learn a lot about yourself. See what things you were doing good, what things you weren't. This relationship just wasn't supposed to be the one for you, at least not now. She's out there on a different horizon, man. She likes ladies. And so what you can't do is you can't be a woman.
And sometimes earth-shattering things are so valuable. Like, this is going to sound really corny because I do Peloton, but my instructor the other day said this. She's like, on the other side of that pain is the growth, right? It's just on the other side of that. And I usually hate like Instagram mantras of that sort, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's necessary. And while I feel for you, I also congratulate you on the growth.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the discomfort, that's where it's going to be wild, man, is when you're feeling, it's taking control of that discomfort. When you feel bad, go for a run. Go do some things to keep your spirits up. This is a great chance for you to really babysit your own spirit.
Or if you don't feel inclined to go on a run and you want to cry it out for a week, you get fat for a week, that's okay too. Whatever it is.
Yeah, or cry and run, dude, like I used to do. Okay?
You cry and run?
Oh, I would listen to O-Town because I want it all or nothing at all.
Oh my God.
And literally
I loved O-Town. What happened to them?
Face off. Like I was cutting weight for a fight.
Because I want it all.
Yeah. Nothing at all. When there's no one left to fall and you reach the bottom, it's now or never.
Oh my God, I loved O-Town. They didn't sing that Abercrombie song. That was LFO.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, that was too much, but there you go right there. Ashley Parker Angel. Let's go down a little bit. There's a picture of him with a skunk. What is that?
Oh my God, he's a Fitspo model now.
Is he? What's that one picture over there with the semi-nudity? Is that?
Yeah, with his raging bone. Does he have a bone now?
Oh my God!
Oh, with his dog.
And who's that little dog? Oh my God! Is that Trevor Pennick? I'm joking. Shout out Trevor Pennick, man. Trevor, I love. I see him sometimes, and I saw Ashley not too long ago at my friend Matt's birthday party.
Oh, he's doing well.
He used to do one of the best impersonations of John Fitzgerald. Not John Fitzgerald. Who was the guy that was in Don't you want to go? No.
I don't know American references.
Don't you want to go to the dance tonight?
I don't know American references.
Hey, we'll be in the
Dice?
back. Huh?
Dice?
No.
That sounds like Dice.
No, it doesn't. Hey, we'll be, yeah, sure, babe. You know, I'm talking about the movie Grease Lightning.
Oh, John Travolta's character?
Travolta.
Oh.
John Travolta. He used to do one of the best John Travolta impersonations.
He could have just said Scientology or,
Yeah, if I was doing Tom Cruise, I would have said that.
No, but he's a Scientologist.
Is he?
Yeah.
Here's his son right here, Lon Travolta.
Hey, Theo and Khalyla, it's Patrick from Melbourne. Just a question for the lovely lady. Whether there's something about the Philippines that you really miss, which America doesn't have. And Theo, bro, love the podcast. Huge support for us all. Have found I'm getting rejected from women a lot more since listening to it, but
Amen.
That's life, daddy. Gang, gang.
It is, brother. Welcome. Welcome to the club. But hey, let us know when you do get a dame, bro. We support your wins over here this past weekend, baby. That's a great question. And shout out Australia. And when's Bobby going to Australia? When are you guys going? Is there a tour planned? I got to ask right now, is there a tour planned ever for you guys?
There's a story about this. I couldn't go back to Melbourne for a long time because there was a boy who wanted to kill me.
Oh my God, that's sucking sexy, man.
He actually threatened my life.
Yeah,
because when he was the last guy that I briefly dated before getting with Bobby, and he did not take it well. And there were lots of we're okay now, so I think that I can safely head back to Melbourne.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a situation for a long time.
Wow.
And he comes from like a family,
a prominent family
with connections. So I really believe the threat. I thought I was going to be fish bait.
Dang.
Fish food.
But fish food's almost the ultimate romantic finish for a Filipino, I feel like.
Let me see. Let me think about that.
Back into the tank of the Lord.
No, I don't want to be fish food.
Really?
I want to be the apex predator.
Would you rather be fried? Imagine you want a, would you be fried or something at the end? How do you want to go?
I really, really, really love this thing called danggit. It's like, it's dried fish.
Oh, God.
And it smells real strong, but it's real crunchy, and you eat it with vinegar and a little bit of chili and rice.
Ooh.
Real good stuff.
That danggit, huh?
That danggit.
Yeah.
But I forgot what his question was, Nick.
Oh, it's I don't see how you can even remember anything around each other.
What you liked about the Philippines.
Oh.
Or what you miss.
Yeah, what do you like about the Philippines?
I honestly miss the people.
I do too. And I don't even know them. And I believe that now after talking to you, I believe that maybe my soulmate could be a Filipino woman. Or semi-Filipino, or maybe from the Azores.
Azores is a place.
Or British, or maybe not British, but like Portugal. Actually, no.
Yeah, I think Filipina.
That's what I need.
The thing I miss most about the Philippines are
Susan, Lucky, Linda.
I have go further. We have Cinderella, Apple, Twinkle. Those
Cinderella
are all
is a name?
Yeah, all girls I grew up with. Manny Pacquiao named his daughter Queen Elizabeth.
Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. See, that's what I want in my life. Who doesn't want a Queen Elizabeth?
But as I'm saying, Filipinos are
Who
so
doesn't want
fun.
a little Chipotle as your girlfriend?
Do you know that during the pandemic, a Filipino named their kid COVID Bryant?
Oh, that's awesome.
That's a real name on a birth certificate.
See, that's what I love about Filipinos. It's just like a beautiful wander through existence. It's not this. Every day doesn't have to be this death-defying act. You know. Here's a video right here. You had to pick one person to be the ambassador for the human race to meet aliens. Who would it be? Ooh, this is good. I'd probably pick. Probably a Filipino dude. I'm really infatuated about Filipinos. They're happy. They're joyous. You know, they call them the smiling people somewhere on the internet. And that's true. And every Filipino I meet, they're real gracious. They do a lot of senior care centers, hospice. So death jockeys. You don't fucking. Who else you gonna send out there, dude? You know what I'm saying? A fucking drunk. Somebody from Scotland. No, somebody on coke. You can't do any of that. You got to send somebody who is caring, I think.
Oh, that's sweet. Filipinos all the way.
Yeah.
There's nothing when you go, because you're gonna come with us the next time we go, right?
Okay. And who's us?
Us, Bobby, the family.
I'd love to go. Are y'all gonna go?
Yeah, we went there 2 years. George went there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
People are nice, not just nice, and I shouldn't say that because it's like there's a long history of like us being like held down and colonized by the Spanish for 300 years. So there is like a colonial mentality of we are less, we might be less. Let's kind of revere the white man a little bit. But so while there is that, there is more collective joy.
Yeah.
In that third world country than I feel in America.
Oh, in a heartbeat. Especially in Los Angeles, though. Like, if you get out of Los Angeles, I think you feel there's a lot more comfort out in America than there is here. I believe that.
Maybe. I haven't been around America a lot. Like, I'm an LA kid. I love it here. It has always felt like home. And that's what I don't like. The misconception about LA is that Hollywood is LA.
Right.
All my friends don't belong in that industry. All my friends they have regular jobs. They're like, that's why like my heart will always belong here.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't until I met Bobby that I was introduced to this other part of LA.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of delusion and a lot of
right. LA
out
gets
of
a bad rap.
touchness. Yes.
LA does get a bad rap because it's just Hollywood. Yeah.
And it's
because
not
Hollywood
that.
has the most control over the media and the power and stuff. But you go on, like, what's the podcast with David So and
JK News.
Yeah, you go on JK News and immediately that's one of the first places I realized, oh my God, there's a ton of people who think just like I do, who are different cultures, who aren't Hollywood style people,
right,
who are fucking awesome. And this is like LA. Like, this is a vibe of people that's more like LA.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate that, like, let's say for instance, someone like you, because this is your job, you can't escape this part of LA. That's the perception you get of it. But it's such a vast city with just so much just so many cool things about it. So I'm Chavez Ravine for life. I love LA, and
Chavez Ravine, baby. Walker Bueller, baby.
I love Walker Bueller. Julio Urias.
Oh.
Are you a Dodger fan at least?
Yeah.
I saw you wear the Dodger jersey and I got excited.
I am a Walker Bueller fan. I am.
You had him on your show. I saw.
I did. I think I'm a fan of a couple of players that I know. So.
Are you just a fan of players, not teams?
I think so, kind of. I mean, I'm a Louisiana fan and we don't have a team, we got a lot of the Pelicans are our newest team in the basketball. But I like the Dodgers, man. And I love I love what they got going on this season, especially against the Padres. It's just such a great matchup. And Mike Clevenger is a buddy of mine. He pitches at the Padres. And Joe Musgrove, who just had that no-hitter like 2 weeks ago, who gets to pitch in his home and back in his home environment. Just like, I don't know. I feel so blessed to know people that have like such cool stories and just like to even have a moment of their life here or there to get to like know a little bit about them. I just feel so fortunate. It's the same way I feel about Bobby, man. Every time I'm around Bobby, I want him to just be there forever,
Yeah, he can be there forever. When he dies, I'm going to taxidermize. Is that a word?
Taxidermize him? Oh, I know a guy who will taxidermize him.
I will mount him.
Really?
In our bedroom wall.
What do you mean our bedroom?
Not him and I's bedroom.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We could mount him on our bedroom wall.
No. I'm sleeping in my own bedroom. Okay, no matter where I'm at.
Now, how about this, Theo? Let's suppose I say, Theo, I want you in my life. Let's see if this can work out. Bobby has perished.
Okay. Or Bobby's
but
disappeared in another realm.
Into a different realm. But he can still, what do you call that when you're astral projecting?
Oh, he can still hear us?
Back into his body that's been taxidermized on the wall. And that's my only stipulation is that, Theo, I will let you into my life, but Bobby's body stays in our love lair and he's looking over us like this.
Okay. I would like to, if he's like this, I would like to put him in a diaper and put a bow and arrow in his hand. So he's like a Cupid.
Like he put us together.
So he believes that love should go on. Yeah. That's all I ask, But I would never wish anything bad on him, I don't want that to be a thing. I just hope that he's okay. He just lives such a risky lifestyle.
Well, why don't you tell him that? Because my words don't mean anything to him anymore.
I'll try to tell him. I had that episode, the intervention episode about and he had to empty that huge bucket of urine that he'd been keeping in the house.
Oh, that's right. You even had my stepdad on.
Richard. Is his name
Roger?
Richard?
Close
Roger,
enough.
Yeah, he keeps changing his name. Yeah, but that guy was great, man.
I told my mom before I got here, I was like, where are you going? I'm like, I'm going to see Theo. I love Theo.
Yes.
Yeah.
God.
So you're in with a family already.
Oh, if anything ever happens to Richard, man, or Roger, any of them, any of her friends, man, I am.
It's my stepdad.
I would be your stepdad. I'm almost dressed like it today. I could be a damn stepdad.
You are. That's how he dresses to the airport. He always looks like he's about to step into Wimbledon court.
Yeah.
Like, why are you bringing that? Like, he has a look.
He has great hair.
He has good
hair. He's had good hair in his life. He's had good hair.
Yeah,
Roger. God bless him. God bless him.
God bless Roger. Shout out, Roger.
I don't know. I don't know if we kind of covered everything. We got one more question right here from a young fella.
What up, Theo? What up, Khalyla? What up, gang?
Playboy.
All right. What I want to know, Khalyla, is what is the most romantic thing that Bobby has ever done for you? Ever.
This. Probably let her come on this podcast is what I was going to say, but that's just a joke. That's a joke, and I need to quit joking.
Romance is not a strong suit.
Oh.
And the fact
don't
that
tell me that.
It's not. It just isn't, and it's something that I've come to terms with and don't expect. He does a lot of great things. He's very, how do I put this? He sucks at romance. He absolutely sucks at romance. He got a guy, one of his friends, to buy me flowers for Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's good.
He didn't even hand them to me. His friend handed them to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think he had like Alex George to like say, hey, dude, whatever, I'll Venmo you right now. And he was playing video games. He was playing video games with Alex. And he was like, hey, dude, can you go out to the first florist you see and just bring it to my door? And that's how that's the extent of the romance.
Oh.
And I think it comes from him not seeing it around in his life.
Totally.
Whereas I just saw my dad just go all out for my mom.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So it hurts me a little bit. But it's, there are he makes up for it in other ways.
What would your dad do with your mom?
He was just so devoted. This is why I have a hard time. This is what Bobby and I struggle with, because I'm like, it's not that I want you to have 100% romance. Have 2%.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
But my dad would have dinner for my mom, like cook for her, write her poems, like wash her underwear.
Oh my God.
Hang it up on, just hand wash her clothes.
You're talking to a cup.
And when he was,
honey.
my dad was really old, but we didn't have a car when our first couple of years in America, and my mom had to get to work. He would do something like this where he's like, you don't take the bus today. He would call access vans because he was eligible for a senior ride.
Oh.
And he would, and mind you, he was a sick man and he was dying, but he would order the access van, get in the van with her to drop her off at work so she wouldn't have to take 3 buses there, and then wait another hour at her work to go back in an access van. But that doesn't seem like a lot, but he was in his late 70s at this point.
Wow.
But things like that I saw mattered to me.
Yeah.
And had such a big effect on my life, and Bobby didn't see that. So I offer him grace in that way because he wasn't as lucky to have it in his life like I did.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty powerful, man. I remember, my parents didn't have like a lot of stuff like that. I saw my parents kiss one time at like a birthday.
How'd you feel?
And it was like my dad like kissed my mom on the head, I remember.
Up here or back here?
Back here.
Oh.
He was standing behind her. It was okay. It was fine, I guess.
Wait, how much younger was your mom?
I think she's 38 years.
38 years younger.
Yeah.
My mom was 36 years younger.
Wow.
So we're twins.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're symbiotic.
Did your mom carry on relationships with other men at all?
While they were seeing each other, you mean?
Yeah.
No, she didn't. I think after they split up, she ended up meeting a man. But yeah, they just, I don't know, my dad always slept on the couch. Like they just didn't have a vibe, So I think even now when I think about like being in separate places, being in separate rooms, like that kind of stuff feels normal to me, I guess, I think you don't realize how much those little things when you're a kid really like kind of resonate with you,
They
like
do.
The discomfort of like, I think maybe my mom had just had such discomfort with my dad being around. I don't know.
Maybe you're a lot more similar to Bobby in that regard. Because while my parents were really, were very different ages, there was love there. There was respect. There was mutual devotion. And from a distance, it looked like a 90-day fiance situation gone wrong. Like rich old guy, because my dad was a rich guy.
Oh, damn.
Went back to the Philippines, got himself like a young Philippine hussy. That wasn't the case. My dad eventually lost all his money, and my mom never left his side till the day he died. All her friends were like, oh, does he have an inheritance? And she's not a single fucking dime, because he was a poor gambler. He fucked up all his investments, but they were devoted to each other. And that's where it becomes a situation where Bobby doesn't require certain things in a relationship, and I do, because I yearn for that love they have. Like, I yearn for that.
But it's nice that you're willing to at least, it seems like you're brave enough to try and make that for yourself, even if it's not coming in 100% from the other person exactly like you want it.
It can't, though. That's the I can't require Bobby to give me. He can't be my one-stop shop for everything.
Right.
I have friends for that. I have a sister for that. I have a mother for that. Like, my emotional needs, don't have to be tended to by this man. Like, I have a whole community for that. So in that regard, I do tell him, like, hey, up your romance game a little bit. Yeah. I understand that you didn't grow up with Christmas trees or love, and that you got beat up a lot, but this is what I need, and this is what I know you're able to give. So just give that 2%. Right. I'm happy with that 2%.
Right.
So we're working on it.
Managing expectations. Wow. Well, we learned a lot about love here today, guys. I feel like, I really appreciate you coming in and just talking. It's so nice to talk to a woman for a while and not have anybody, not there be any, like, no expectations or no, like, uncomfort, I mean, there's, like, some fun moments, but I didn't really feel any uncomfort. And I really feel like chatting with you is fun because it's like an environment where I can, like, learn a little, share a little. I know our listeners really love it, so.
Thanks, Theo.
Yeah, I'm really.
Should we just put it on record that we are not each other's side pieces?
Yeah, I don't know who would ever think that.
So stop
Nick's
writing
been putting
me.
it on those message boards, I think.
So stop messaging me asking if Theo has eaten my butt, because he certainly hasn't.
Yeah.
And he'll tell you himself.
Yeah. I mean, if I had, bro, I would know.
And he would be talking about it. It's full of flavor.
Oh.
And you would
It'd
have
be like that blue ice vape. You know what I'm saying, bro? That thing is a hitter.
You know that candy that leaves your tongue all blue?
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly what that is.
Oh, yeah. That's nice, bro. Well, that's what you should do. You should put like that bank dye like they put on the money on your butthole. That way people would know if I had been or not. And right now, if we can just edit in a bunch of that blue dye around, this would be a great place to end the episode.
Thanks for having me, Theo.
Thank you so much. You guys go check out Bloodbath with Khalyla and Annie Letterman and Esther Pavitsky.
Now I'm just floating on the breeze, and I feel I'm falling like these leaves. I must be cornerstone. Oh, but when I reach that ground, I'll share this peace of mind I found. I can feel it in my bones, but it's gonna take a little time for me to set that parking brake and let myself unwind. Shine that light on me. I'll sit and tell you my stories. Shine on me, and I will find a song. I will sing it just for you. And now I've been moving way too fast on the runaway train with a heavy load of my past. And these rails that I've been riding on, they're worn so thin that they're damn near gone.